Okay, so we have a 3-day-old baby girl here. I want to show you how to swaddle with an actual baby. I know the other videos are with a doll, and she has just been fed, so she is totally zonked out. I'm going to lift her up and show you with a blanket. We're using a pretty big stretchy blanket right now, and I started with a triangle here. I'm going to set her head right there in the middle of the triangle, okay, just like that. Now, every blanket is different, so I'm thankful we have a stretchy blanket and a big blanket, but sometimes you don't, it's not an exact science. Things may turn out a little bit different depending on the size of the baby and the blanket size. Notice how she did bring her arms up and her feet are a little bit flexed. If she was awake, she would be even more so up like this. But she is just a happy baby right now, so we are happy also for that. But we start out with her head here in the middle of the triangle. I want a little bit left over here so that she has a little bit of a cover on her head. Next thing I'm going to do is bring up the bottom, and I'm actually pulling her feet together in this case. I want her feet to touch the bottom of this blanket, and see how I'm kind of bringing it up, because when she moves, she needs to feel some boundaries. So I want her feet to have something to push against. Now in this case, I have a lot left over at the top, so I'm just going to fold it down. Some blankets you just barely have a little, but this is going to be folded down like that. Now I have a point here and a point here. I'm going to take the point that's opposite me first, and I'm going to put her hand inside this fold, and I'm going to make an invisible point like right about there, and I'm going to bring it down to her chest just like that. Now with my non-dominant hand, I'm holding this in place. I'm going to now put my hand underneath and just kind of make a little tuck, lift up my hand again, and hold that in place. That just brings it around her face a little bit better. Holding here, now I'm going to take the opposite blanket from me, bring it towards me, and I'm going to bring it down snug to the bed. You see how snug that is? Once I get my hand on the bed, I'm going to lift up my left hand, in this case my non-dominant hand, still keeping my hand here. Now I'm going to pick up, hold, and tuck. And don't be afraid to tuck snugly, because that's what babies need right now. They need to have borders. They need to feel like they're back inside their mother's womb. Okay, so now I've got this hand. I'm going to take her head, and I put my hand in between her hand and her head. My hand is in between, and I'm going to just take this now, put her hand inside just like I did on the other side, bringing this point now down to her chest. I'm going to put my thumb here, take my hand out. Now here, again, I'm going to make a little tuck, lift up my thumb, and hold. While I'm holding now, I'm going to take this opposite me, run it this way. Once I get over here, I'm going to pick up with my left hand and just hold that in place. And now I can wrap it all the way around and make it snug. Now, if it's on her face, you just kind of move it to where it's not in her way. Now, I'm going to pick her up just to show you. By the way, here's her hands. Her feet are here. So she's in the natural position of what she would have been inside the womb. And she's very happy in this position. Now, you see her neck is covered. When you pick her up, you don't even have to support her head because the blanket does that for you. Okay? If she is not hungry and she does not have gas, she will be happy in this swaddle until she either gets hungry or has gas. Thank you for watching.